In this session, we will have a quick recap of the chapter cell structure and functions. We will revise whatever we have learned in the last session, and then we will continue the chapter. We have learned that while observing onion cells under a microscope, we may notice some blank looking blank space which is occupied by a membrane bound structure in the cytoplasm is called as vacuole. And vacuole, it could be single and big as in an onion cell. That is, in plant cell, vacuole is single, or it may be it is few in number and it is big in size. And if we have observe in cheek cells, that is in animal cell have smaller vacuoles, but they are many in number. So from this, what do we understand? That is, animal cell have large vacuoles, or we can say large vacuoles are common in in plant cell. Large vacuoles are there, or large vacuoles are common in plant cells, and in animal cells vacuoles are much smaller and many in number. Vacuoles in animal cells are much smaller and many in number. And if you see this vacuole, this fluid filled membrane bound space, what we call that as vacuole. See in this figure shows the plant cell, because inside the light blue color, what is that vacuole? Big vacuole is there. But in animal cell, vacuoles either they are absent, or if present, then they will be small in size and are temporary. In plant cell, vacuoles are large and permanent, and the outer membrane of the vacuole, what we call that as tonoplast, and vacuole is filled with fluid cell sap. Then what are the functions of vacuole? Vacuole provide turgidity and rigidity, and also they store substances. Then there are several small colored bodies which are scattered in the cytoplasm. If we see that leaf cell, these we can see that many colored bodies which are scattered in the cytoplasm, what we call that as plastids. And plastids are of different colors. Some of them contain green colored pigment, what we call that as chlorophyll. We know that the chlorophyll gives green color to the leaf, isn't it? So green colored plastid are called as chloroplast, and they provide green color to the leaves. Chlorophyll in the chloroplast of leaves is essential for photosynthesis. So plastids only found in plant cell. That is why if we observe leaf, then we could find that colored bodies get scattered. Got it? So plastids are found only in plant cell. They are of three types: leucoplast, which are colorless plastids. So colorless plastids are called leucoplast. Colored plastids are called chromoplast, and green colored plastids are called chloroplast. Then what are the functions of plastids? As we know that green colored plastids, what we call that as chloroplast, it helps in photosynthesis. Then leucoplast, it is a colorless plastids which used to store food, fats, etc. And chromoplast imparts color to the flowers as well as fruits. That red color of tomato, orange color of this carrot, and colors, isn't it? So color, chromoplast, it gives color to flowers and fruits. And okay children, now so till now we have learnt about plants and animal cell, various the cell organelles and all. And now we could find the difference between plant and animal cell. So in this session, let's compare animal cell and plant cell. So what we are going to discuss is comparison of plants and animal cell. If we see, we can um, give that similarities and distinguishing features of plants and animal cells. So till now, whatever we have learned, let's discuss. Well, let's compare plants and animal cell. Comparison in the sense both we will discuss about what are the differences between plant cell and animal cell, as well as we will compare what are the similarities are there between plants and plant cell and animal cells. First, let us differentiate between plant cell and animal cell. If you take that cell wall, the difference between plant cell and animal cell is animal cells. First, if you see the shape, animal cell mostly they are round in shape, whereas most of the plant cells are rectangular in shape. And plant cell have a rigid cell wall which surrounds the cell membrane. So outside the cell membrane, plant cell have cell wall, rigid, very strong cell wall is there. And animal cell, they do not have cell wall. And if you see under the microscope, the cell wall is an easy way to distinguish plant cell. If suppose if some cell is observed under the microscope, how do we find out whether the given cell is plant cell or animal cell? By looking at the presence or absence of cell wall. If cell wall is present, then we can easily tell it is a plant cell. Then coming to second difference about chloroplasts, that is plastids are present only in plant cell, especially the chloroplast. Plants or we know that plants are autotrophs, that is they produce their own food, isn't it? They produce their own energy, own food from the sunlight with the presence of green colored pigment, what we call that as chlorophyll, by the process of photosynthesis, isn't it? But animal cell, they do not have chloroplast, so they cannot produce their own food. So presence of chloroplast only in plant cell, and animal cell, they do not have chloroplast. Then coming to vacuoles, we know that animal cells have many small vacuoles which are whereas plant cell have only one or two few vacuoles, and this vacuole are so large and it is present at the center. It can occupy 90% of the cell volume. And then coming to, so if you see the size of the vacuole in plant cell, the vacuole is so large so that it in such a way that it occupy 90% of the cell volume. But in animal cell, they are very small in size, and they are temporary. And in plant cell, vacuoles are permanent. Then coming to function of vacuoles, in plant cell, the function of vacuole is to store water, and also it maintains turgidity to the cell. But in vacuole, in animal cell, vacuoles store water as well as waste. In plant cell, they store water so that it maintains turgidity of the cell. But in animal cell, they store water and waste product. Then coming to position of nucleus, as we have discussed, in plant cell, the vacuole is so large, so it occupies 90% of the cell volume. Because of that presence of large sized vacuole, nucleus is present near the plasma membrane. If you see the position of the nucleus, it is present near the plasma membrane. But in animal cell, nucleus is present at the center of the cell, because the vacuoles are very small in size. Because of that, nucleus is present at the center of the cell. And if you see here the figure A shows this plant cell, and B is animal cell. See, you can see that rectangular shape of plant cell, and in animal cell it is somewhat round in shape, and the outermost layer of the plant cell, they have cell wall which surrounds the cell membrane, but in animal cell, cell wall is absent. The outermost covering of the cell is cell membrane in animal cell, but what is the outermost covering of the plant cell? It is cell wall around the cell membrane. And if you see that vacuole, see vacuole is very large, it occupies so much space. It is single vacuole is present, it is so big, it occupies 90% of the volume of the cell. But in animal cell, that vacuoles are very small. You can see that white color empty space. It is very small in size and they are many. And position of nucleus, see nucleus, it is present near the cell membrane corner, near the cell membrane. But here in animal cell, nucleus is present at the center of the cell. And one more, we can see that green colored small sized spherical bodies present in the cytoplasm of the plant cell. What we call that as chloroplast can be seen. But in animal cell, that chloroplast is absent. So from that we can find the difference between animal cell and plant cell. So finally we can conclude animal cell, they are generally small in size or round in shape, and plant cell, they are usually larger than animal cell, and they are rectangular in shape. In animal cell, cell wall is absent. In plant cell, cell wall is present. And in animal cell, vacuoles are small in size as well as many in number. And in plant cell, vacuoles are larger in size and very few, 1 or 2 only it will be there. And animal cell, the plastids are absent. But one exception is there, like protozoan euglena. It is euglena, the protozoa. It is an animal cell, unicellular organism, but they have plastid. But only one exception. But usually we can tell animal cell plastids are absent and plant cell plastids are present. Got children? So now let us compare the similarities between plant cell and animal cell. So if you see the cell type, both plant and animal cell, they are eukaryotic in nature. What do you mean by eukaryotic in nature? Eukaryote, the cell which has a nucleus with a well-defined nuclear membrane. So well-defined membrane-bound nucleus are present in both plant cell and animal cell. So we can tell eukaryotic in nature. Then if you see nucleus, they are present in both the cell. Nucleus is present in both plant cell and animal cell, and they carries most of the genetic material present in the chromosome, which carry the genetic information in the form of DNA, which that everything is same in nucleus of both the cell, plant cell and animal cell, but only the position is different. Otherwise, nucleus is present in both plant cell and animal cell. And then cell membrane is also present in both plant cell and animal cell. Isn't it? Cell membrane, which is otherwise called as plasma membrane. And it is semi-permeable membrane which has pores, and it allows only suitable substances in and out of the cell. In both the cases, both plants and animal cell membrane is present. And okay children, we have completed the chapter. So in this session, we have compared how plant cell differ from animal cell in having additional layer around the cell membrane termed as cell wall, and they have colored bodies called plastids which are present in only plant cell, and green plastid containing chlorophyll are called chloroplast, which are essential for preparation of food by the process of photosynthesis only in plant cell. And plant cell has a big central vacuole, unlike animal cell has very small vacuoles and many in number, isn't it? And then we have compared both plants and animal cell, how they have, so what are the similar, how do they similarities between plant cell and animal cell. In both plant cell and animal cell, they have cell membrane. Both a cell are eukaryotic type, and then both cells have nucleus, which are nuclear material, which has nuclear material which has the genetic information or carried by in the form of chromosomes, isn't it? So in this way we have compared the similarities between plant cell and animal cell.